where these horseshoes came from, but I just noticed them the other day. Somebody had found them somewhere. I don't know if one of the workers did, and gathered them up and put them over here. Pretty rusted, but aren't those cool? I think I need to maybe gather them up and hang them over some doors or something for good luck, right? Pretty cool. This is the master bedroom, and we're going to, unfortunately, mount a television up here above the fireplace, and it's not something I would typically recommend, but we had to bring in some kind of conduit because of the masonry walls. We couldn't just put it, well, there was going to be a conduit wherever that we did it, and it was going to have to come out of the ceiling. So it made sense to put it above the fireplace because we can build out a box, a drywall box, so it looks like, you know, the upper portion of a firebox. And then we'll just paint it out, you know, the same color that we're going to paint the rest of the trim in the fireplace. So Phil, speak to me about what exactly is going to happen here and how are we going to build this box out around this?
We're going to frame out or stud out a little wall here, then drywall it. This will become flush mount into the drywall.
Okay, so it will be flush, it won't be sticking out, okay?
No.
What about, can we possibly recess it? Because isn't the plug gonna be, you know, pretty thick, 2-inch at least, in addition?
We may come in and put it in a recessed panel or something. We'll make it work.
Okay. And then that'll go all the way up to that ceiling. We'll have to either try to get someone to, well, I guess we're gonna reuse the molding, but now we're gonna have molding that'll be on the side up here that we'll have to replicate, right? On either side, just a few inches, correct? Okay. All right.
We're doing the one on sideways for why?
Yeah, just to hold this one, we have to screw one first.
Oh, yes,
and
I
after
see.
that, we
Mhm.
screw this
Yeah, every one of them that way?
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want me to rip it down? I don't think it's big.
Why do you need to rip it down?
We were trying to keep it as tight to this wall as possible so our TV doesn't come out.
Yeah, the much that you can rip it is just like ½ inch.
½ inch.
Yeah, I don't know if it adds up here.
But that plug's gonna push it out anyway, right? So if this is kind of like recessed in that a little, that would be okay, right?
What we'll do is like
You'll take that off? I don't understand.
this. Yeah.
This is 11, so technically you're gonna come out like 4, so you're gonna have 7 inches for the TV. So that'd be fine like that?
Yeah.
So we don't have to rip it down?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
We're going to talk about the paint scheme for this back section of the house that's going to upstairs. It's really going to kind of be like the master suite area. So we're going to keep the existing wallpaper, and if you take them in a little tighter, you can see that there are blues and yellows and a little bit of brown and a little bit of green. So we tested out several different colors. We did consider this Salisbury green that we used downstairs, and it just doesn't quite fit the bill. It doesn't tie in well enough. So what I've decided to do is use Benjamin Moore Wedgwood Gray. So that picks up on the blue that's in the wallpaper, and it also ties in with the color that we're using downstairs. I mean, Wedgwood Gray is what we're using in the entry on all of the trim up the stairs, all the way up to the top of the stairs. So that's what we're going to use here. So that'll be on all the trim. It will also be on this fireplace, as well as this fire box that we're building out so we can accommodate a television up here. So the trim carpenter has already kind of trimmed this out, and we'll drywall it, and then we'll paint the entire thing in the same blue all the way up, and it'll be in a gloss finish. So when you paint out drywall like this, which it will be drywall, in a gloss or a semi-gloss, it appears to be wood. So you're treating it like trim, and so it appears to be trim. Now we could do it in a flat paint or an eggshell paint, and then it would look like drywall, but I don't want it to look like drywall. I want it to look like architectural trim. So that's what we're gonna be doing on this whole thing. And then we'll be putting a television on there, and of course, you know, the contrast will be less with the black television on this than it would be against white or off-white. But still, it's gonna stick out, which I don't like that. But we're gonna try to come up with some kind of way to either trim it out or do like a frame or something around the TV to kind of make it blend in a little bit better, look more like a piece of art would be the hope. So that's what we're doing here. So again, all the trim in this room is this color, and then let me show you this adjoining bathroom. It actually is the Jack and Jill bathroom that also leads into this other bedroom that is currently being painted. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue this color into the walls here. We're gonna have to rip off this wallpaper. It's kind of coming down. And we're gonna paint it this color, Wedgwood gray. And then we're gonna do all the trim in here in Benjamin Moore White Dove, okay? Just to break it up, we're not gonna have everything in this color. And you'll see, hopefully you can see, when you kind of fade into this room, this color here on all of the trim is a brighter, darker blue. It's Sherwin-Williams Secret Cove. And so that is tied into the wallpaper, if you hopefully you can tell that. But using this color in the adjoining bathroom, I think is gonna be a good transition between this blue and this much lighter, more faded blue. So can you kind of see that in comparison with this other blue? All right, so now let's come into the hallway. This is the hallway that connects the master to the bathroom, to the closets, and also this back extra bedroom that I'm gonna use as an office. So in this space, we're also gonna continue that trim color that's in the bedroom onto the walls here. And I believe I'm gonna continue the trim color as well. So all of the trim here, including all these wood cabinet built-ins, the doors, the trim, all will be in this in a glossier finish, right? So it's gonna read a little bit differently on the trim than it does on the walls. And then the walls will also be the same color, but in a latex eggshell, okay? And so that will also extend onto the ceiling. So you see where the ceiling has the curve, you know, the slant. All of that will be the same color as the walls. And guess what? It's gonna blend in much better, and you're not gonna notice these odd slants so much, because right now you really notice it because you're using a white ceiling paint there. So I don't want that kind of contrast. So this is gonna just clean it up, and everything will flow together well. All the doors and everything in this space will be this color. Come on in here. And finally, in the office, I want, again, this to blend a little bit better. So I don't want to see this white trim, this white ceiling color that's coming down at an angle and hitting this wallpaper. This is much whiter than the trim. If you can tell that, this is much, much creamier, and that's whiter, like a ceiling white. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the green color on all the trim in gloss, and then we're gonna do flat on the ceiling. You need to do the ceiling in flat because you don't wanna see any roller marks. And the higher the gloss, the more you're gonna see roller marks and any kind of imperfections. So this will go on the ceiling, but in a different finish than on the trim. And then the whole thing will just feel like a treehouse. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I'll show you some more color schemes later. So this wallpaper is actually in this half bath. It's coming down pretty easily. That's going gonna make it, oh yeah, it's gonna make it a lot easier. Oh, perfect. Now this is unusual, right? Usually wallpaper is a bear, but if this comes down pretty easily, I think I can use the vintage wallpaper that we got at an estate sale last year. And it's a yellow damask, and I think it'll work out real well. Cool.